What's up, Cam?
Hi. There's a cooler there.
Yeah, I know. So why are we at the shop today and not at the racetrack?
It's wet. Raining outside.
Yeah. So no racing this weekend, unfortunately, folks. So instead, I guess we're just gonna do a recap of last week because I was on call, so I couldn't come to the track.
House arrest. What'd you do? DUI?
No, I rode a bull in somebody's farm pasture that wasn't mine. No, I'm kidding. I was on call for work, so.
Okay.
So we're gonna try and recap here. Well, Cam's gonna do it. He's gonna recap last week.
Yeah. We went out for warm-ups and it went well. The car felt good. The track it slipped off really fast again.
So was it like 2 weeks ago when I was there, or was it even worse?
It was a little better. Like, it wasn't crazy slicked off, but like you could see it starting to lay rubber.
What did they run last week? What did they run? Basically the same classes.
Yeah, and they added the legends too.
So were you guys after the limited late models this time, or were you still before them?
I think we were last, right?
Like they ran their feature before you did?
I think we were last. Because you were there. Okay. I think we were
You can
last.
talk.
We were either third or last, but I think we were last because I remember thinking about that. And so like.
Obviously the track's not good by the time you get out there.
Yeah, for our feature it was gone, but in warm-ups it wasn't that bad. In the heat race it actually wasn't terrible. It looked pretty bad, but it didn't feel horrible. We started second, and it went really well. We ran the whole heat race and finished in second. We beat Jim Young, right? So I was really happy with that, and the car felt good. I couldn't have been happier with it. So we went on to the feature. I think we started ninth, we started third in the feature. They had an invert, so like the front row was Jim Young and Randy Kunkel. So like I was just gonna follow them, and we went on a pretty slicked off track, and on like 5 laps in we had third locked down, and coming out of 3 and 4 it started to just feel like rumble strips coming out of the corner, but it was only in 3 and 4, right? So I was running higher, and it was just crazy, and so like it was kind of hard to get the exit of 3 and 4 right and line up my entry for 1 and 2 after like 5 laps of the race. And a caution came out, and so I think it was Jim Young and then Randy and then me in a single file restart like 10 laps in. And we were running there. We ran in third to like 8 laps to go, I think. 8 or 4 laps to go. And I just couldn't keep the car under me anymore coming out of 3 and 4. Like, it was crazy. And so I kind of started to move up a little bit, and my line kind of started to drift up, and so I would kind of shallow 1 and 2, and so I kind of started to get slow, and I fell back to 5th. And then coming out of 3 and 4 one time, I really couldn't keep it under me, and I made contact with the fence, and I kind of shifted everything over, and there's spacers in between on each side of the gear. The one on the left side is a 1/2 inch, and the one on the right I think is 1 inch, right? So that they were flipped, so it was already rubbing and wasn't perfect, and I just touched the fence a little bit, and so it broke the chain with like 4 laps to go. So we lost our top 5, but we still finished. There were cars that like were tumbling, and a bunch of people wrecked out behind me. So I think we still finished like 11th or 12th. So it wasn't a total loss, and the car's fine. You had to get a new chain, but just put it back ready to go, but the weather's not. So it was a good week overall. I think that we're gonna change the right rear. We're going to, because like it was.
Is it bad right now?
No, we put the new one on. I don't know.
Where's the old one? I was gonna say, show us the old one.
I don't know. I think it might be over here.
Oh, look, there's the car. Oh, hey, shout out Thrivent Financial.
I don't know. We may have thrown it away already, but like it was.
But that's the new right rear.
Yeah, that's the new one that we're gonna run. So that is our warm-up tire. So that's a softer compound. So that won't be on the car all night. We're gonna run that for warm-ups, and then this should be an RD12.
Come on, you should have young eyes. You should be able to see that without the flashlight.
Okay, this is actually a spec tire. So this is gonna be this is definitely gonna be a feature tire, and it might be a heat race tire. So like this is a hard tire compound, so it doesn't, when you're running a slicked off track and it's black, you're on a spec tire, and so like that's the other end of the spectrum, right? When it's a warm-up track, wet, moist, brown, you'll run an RD12 most of the time, which is this tire right here. So that'll probably be our warm-up tire, because that looks good.
Okay.
And that's a softer tire compound, right? So that has more, it grips to the track and gives you the grip that's not there. And then, like when in a heat race, when it's not completely slicked off but rubber's down on it, you'll run an RD20 usually. Sometimes you'll just go straight to a spec at path, because there's so many cars up there, especially at a day race, that slick off quicker. There's probably an RD20 somewhere over there. But the tires, they look very similar, right? So the only difference between these tires, that one might be wider.
Okay.
And it might give more stagger, which means but they're the same. This one just has more grooves in it. I think that's the only difference between those tires, other than the compound. So this one's just harder and gives you the grip you need, or it doesn't grip to the track as much, right? So that will. Because if you run that tire on a slicked off track,
this one,
yeah, if you run an RD12, a soft tire compound, it's gonna give you that grip that's already there, and you're just gonna slide and be super tight, and that tire is gonna wear in 5 laps on a slicked off track. It's gonna be gone.
Yeah.
So, but if you run this, a harder compound, on a track where you need the grip, you're just going to slide, because this isn't going to give you that grip. This is made to run a track that already has the tightness and has that grip to it. Yeah.
Cool. So, other than that, no other, like, I don't know, did you have to do any routine maintenance on the car? Did you do any extra maintenance since, you guys have the week off because of the rain?
No, we got the spacers correct around the gear. And we cleaned the air filter.
Where's the gears? Are you able to see that right here?
Yeah.
We'll show the folks. Show the folks what you're talking about.
So, the gear's right here, and you could see the teeth where the chain goes around it. And this spacer over here. Okay. And there's a spacer in there. Okay. And they were flipped, right? So
how'd they get flipped? Is that from you hitting the wall or something, or
no?
How did they get flipped? Oh.
Yeah. So like they were, before we even went out. This spacer was on that side. Okay. Right, and that brought this. I don't know. I don't actually know which one's bigger right now, but it either brought it this way or that way too much. And so when we hit the wall with the right rear, this moved over and it knocked that chain off the gear. Well, it actually just snapped the chain. Okay. So we got those switched out. And then for our weekly maintenance this week, we just changed the air filter, it's a very simple process. Yeah. Every 3 weeks, we'll change the oil in the oil filter, which is all, the oil pan's right there, a little silver rectangle looking thingy.
Oh, down there on the bottom?
Yeah. And the oil filter's down in that area too.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to see. And then Along with oil, you change fuel filters, which is under the
Somewhere
fuel
back
tank.
there.
They're down there, and there's one right in here.
Like under you?
Beside the seat, right there.
Oh, okay.
And then there's a filter there, and the shut-off switch for fuel is right there. In case you flip or something and fuel's going everywhere.
Okay, like your emergency switch or whatever.
And you can see one of the fuel filters right there, silver.
Oh, that okay, I see it.
So that's one of them. There's 3 of them in total. And so we change those every 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. So this week we just did the air filter. That's all we had to do for weekly maintenance. And then next week we're at that point of changing oil and fuel.
Mm-hmm. So I guess, I don't know, how's the season shaping out for you so far? We're only 3 weeks in, but like, I don't know, are you pleased
Yeah.
so far?
I'm very happy with how it's gone. We have 2 top 10s, and we're very close to securing a top 5. Right? I think it was 4 laps to go, and we touched the fence. And it was a crazy rough track, and I was racing a little bit too aggressive for 5th or 4th, right? Because I messed up for a couple laps in a row just because the track was getting so rough. And so I think I was in 6th, and I wanted the top 5 back, and I drove it a little too hard and just made contact with the fence. Like, it was a very light tap, and I would have kept going if the chain didn't break, right? So, like, we're running way better than we thought we were going to, right? We were expecting just to be finishing these races and learning.
Mm-hmm.
We have 2 top 10s and are winning Rookie of the Year right now by 6 points. Right, so I think we're doing really good so far, and I'm very happy with it.
I don't know, is there anything you want to talk about?
The wings. I actually just learned this like 3 days ago. I was talking with my dad out here. I knew this is crazy, and you got to really think about it. The air so the side panels work the way you would think they do. Wind hits them, it yanks you down into a corner. So this isn't straight. We were unloading it out of the trailer, so it's flatter than it normally is.
Mm-hmm.
But when air comes up, it goes under the wing to give you downforce. Right? So it doesn't hit the top. It doesn't hit the top of the wing like you would think it would.
Mm-hmm.
Air comes off, scoops the front wing, and it goes under it. And it makes the air move faster, and it has less pressure than it does on the top. So there's less resistance under the wing of air for it to move down.
Mm-hmm.
And so naturally, the wing moves down and gives you downforce on the rear tires.
Yeah.
So it actually doesn't touch the top of the wing, it goes under it and creates more pressure under the wing and pulls it down. Because gravity and air are cool.
Yeah. Way over my head.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Well, actually it pushes down on your head.
You're right. Well,
Yeah.
gravity or air or both?
I think just gravity pushes it down, right?
So knowing that, does that I guess help for like wing adjustments if you want?
I don't know, I just thought it's interesting. It's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I would have thought it went over the top too.
Yeah, I did for years. I just learned that a couple days ago. But that does explain why when you move it back, it has more of an impact, right? Because if it's hitting the top, it wouldn't really matter that much where it is.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're under it, it's going to move. That air pressure is going to be under the wing still, and it's going to be back more. So it's going to push more on the rear tires when the air pressure is back on the car.
Yeah.
It's less on the back of the car.
Mm-hmm. I guess to wrap this up, we're racing next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We'll
Unless
be
it
there.
rains again.
What's that?
Unless it rains again.
Unless it rains again. I don't think it should. But what's the new start time? Because now we'll be in May next week.
Yeah, night races. So gates open at 4, and I think warm-ups start at 6, which means there's going to be less sun hitting the track, and it's going to be less slicked off. It'll probably even affect the heat race. It'll be less slicked off in the heat race. It'll especially affect feature time.
Rainouts suck.
You look like you're having a great time.
Sorry.
Do you have any comments? We were talking about, I guess, like adjustments. Well, there wasn't really any adjustments, but just like, I don't know,
Talking about tires and
the gear.
Yeah, we actually stayed with the same gear. Hi, Danny. We're staying with the same gear, but we're thinking about maybe going up a little bit, half a turn or a turn across the left side, just to sort of balance it out. Maybe help them on entry a little bit into the corner. We'll see if that works or not. I have no idea, honestly, if it's going to do what we want it to do, but in my brain, I feel like it'll work. And
we're gonna find out.
We're going to find out next week. So this rain out gives us a little bit of opportunity to try some new things that we've never tried before and see what they do and figure it out going forward.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Then we have a stack of tires over there we might go through and see what's what for next week and see if maybe we can
It looks like a plethora of
change up
opportunities.
change up some stagger, maybe change up compound and see what happens. And yeah, most of the tires that are over there are all spec right rears, but there's a couple
So this is
soccer
90/20.
compounds and
That one right there is pretty used up. It's used up, but like there's not much looks to the different compounds of tires.
Mm-hmm.
They're very similar. They just affect the grip on the track differently.
I have a tire at my parents' garage. You guys can have it when you need it one day.
yeah.
It's that 410 tire that I grabbed from Usits.
That'll probably be a few years till
Yeah.
we need something like that.
It'll stay there until you need it. Okay.
Yeah. And they're more expensive for sure. So.
Yeah. It actually has really good tread on it. Like it's not
Nice.
beat up at all.
Good.
So,
I like it.
but yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, maybe one day. But yeah, so we're gonna, take this rain out to maybe make some small changes on the car and see what it does next week. And we're moving to a later start time next week too. So hopefully
about that.
hopefully the track will be a little more grippy, and if it come feature time, it won't be so dusty and slicked off. But we'll see. We'll see what difference that makes, and go from there. Yeah, but we're still learning, so we're gonna try some new stuff for next week and see what happens.
Yeah. I guess. Well, you were starting to dive into the race time, but I don't think you ever fully got into that
Yeah, so
because it'll be new start times.
yeah, it'll be darker fast, like sooner into the night. Before we were running features in the day, right? So the sun's beating down on the track, and it creates heat, and when rubber goes on it, especially spinning like these are, it lays rubber down and it takes it like that. When we're at night racing, warm-ups might still be in the day. It'll probably be at sunset when we're running warm-ups. And so it'll take a little bit of grip there, but not much because it's still going to be a warm-up track, right? And then it'll probably still be the day in heat races, but we'll be close to getting down. The sun will be getting down. And so for the heat race will probably be very similar. And then the feature time is where it's going to get better because it's going to be night by then. Right, because the night starts at 6. So by the time we're at the feature, it's going to be dark, and it's going to be a night race, which means it's not going to be as slicked off. And it's not going to, it hopefully won't be as rough because the sun's not going to be beating down on it, creating grooves in the track, right? So like when cars are running the same line with the sun beating on it, it creates grooves and rivets and ruts where those cars are going. Hopefully in a night race it doesn't do that as much. It's still going to do that a little bit just because we're racing on dirt, but hopefully it's not as aggressive and as extreme, and the track hopefully won't be as slicked off in a night race. So she'll be more racing and less just getting through the race, trying to survive. So this is when the exciting part of the season starts.
So what time next week?
6. Gates open at 4. Warm up. Cars should be on the track at 6 for warm ups. Thanks for all the sponsors that get us here and have helped us throughout our 5 years of racing, and hopefully they stay with us the whole way. But thanks to Thrivent Financial, Kings Kid Motorsports, Fultz Electrical Services, Country Lens Photography, 600cc Performance. That should be all. I think.
Boss man saying yes. You got them all.
I did get 'em all. He's reading the car though. He's cheating.
I don't have to read the card.
He's looking on the side panel of the link for all the sponsors. Oh, Speed Donkey, Speed Shops. I don't remember exactly what it's called.
Oh yes, I got a T-shirt from the race party.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. You're looking at the wing, and I still did better than you.
Speed Donkey. Speed Donkey.
Jason Shade, that's his company. Awesome guy. He's helped us a lot. So thanks.
Oh yeah, I forgot the toolbox. Oh, that's the zoom out. Into the nose, out to the mouth.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment. Come out next week to Path Valley. We'll see you there.